we're back, and we found an apartment.
All right, let's go to the hop.
But Dad, the sock hop. I'll sock your hop.
I recall this being my least favorite stage.
Just like you said, Lizard Man, in the shadows
This
to the
stage,
Isn't that racist, Buzz?
Let's move.
Well, this is the second Buzz.
yes,
Because he has the belt.
Infiltrated
Oh, that's
every
right.
territory
Yeah.
Without detection, and are making their
and they're
way
none the wiser.
Oh, here comes the deep lore.
I think that buzz owl went to his head.
Oh no. Which way do we go?
this way.
What makes you so sure?
I'm Buzz Lightyear. I'm always sure.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, and I have a big dick.
My cock is huge.
Done for.
Put me down, you moron!
I got enough cock for to cover the entire space cadet.
I'm Buzz Lightyear. Who the hell are you?
Why isn't Buzz Lightyear in Helldivers already?
Come on, we've got no time to lose.
You know how much liberty he would spread throughout the galaxy.
Elliot, that's disgusting.
They'll be expecting that.
Dude, like, not for nothing. Like, if a Buzz Lightyear with like working suction cups, so he's able to actually physically climb the elevator and shit. Like, the adhesive on that is great.
Yeah, and his upper body is incredible.
Okay, so literally the first thing we're doing, we're going this way real quick, because the next potato head part's here.
Oh, and then for our next upgrade, and this is the grappling hook.
Yes.
Right.
And then we gotta come back here for ham. But right now we're
You're not even talking about the character.
Yeah,
You're talking
right?
about
Oh, man.
processed meat.
I love me some ham.
Hey, some good cold cuts, throw on some pickles, mayo of your
You
choice.
already
and
ruined it. Fucking threw pickles into the mix. Like, well, my dick's soft.
Whatever you say.
Hey,
Man, those pickles rule. They add the crisp.
I can't do pickles, man.
Me neither.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right, when you guys finish
They're
puberty,
not-
you can
they're
come
not-
back to pickle world of
Pick-
the rest of us.
Okay, when you
pickles
grow
aren't-
all right,
listen, if
so
you
when you
like
grow
putting,
taste,
hey, listen, look, Matt, what you put up your ass and your spirits on
Yeah.
is your business. But it's like,
But for some of us,
literally.
pickles ain't working my gherkin.
look, look, it's okay to like Rick and Morty, okay? You just don't gotta be a dick
No,
about it.
I don't think you need to have a certain IQ to enjoy pickles. It's
Yeah,
just that I just can't fuck with it, man. And to me, it's not even so much the texture. The texture's fine. It's just that it's too fucking salty for me, dude. Like, it's too bitter.
Not as salty as you were when
Like,
Tifa threw stuff off the elixir.
It looks through. No, that was funny though. I was
Oh, yeah.
that wasn't bitterness. That was just, why did I fucking do that?
Why are there snakes in here? Why are there snakes in here? They're not even toys.
Because they're not in their boots.
They're not even toys.
That's
There's
actually
no-
really clever, Elliot.
Yeah,
I
I
like
know.
that.
There's a boot in my snake.
Wait, are you playing? Wait, I forget. You're playing your Buzz, or are you playing the asshole Buzz?
You're playing regular Buzz.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the FMV shows second Buzz, because regular Buzz it should be. No, this is regular Buzz. Because,
This is regular Buzz.
Because he's on his way to the apartment.
Yeah,
in
the FMV is bad Buzz with the rest of them, right?
Well,
Buzz.
not bad
That bad
Buzz.
Buzz.
Well, not bad Buzz.
Misguided Buzz.
There you go.
New Buzz.
New Buzz. Yeah. I think
Bud
it-
Lightyear.
Yeah. Bud Lightyear.
Original
Butt
settings Buzz.
Now I kind of like
Buzz
Lightyear
Light.
better.
Buzz Light.
No time to lose.
There's no timer period. Buzz. It's fine.
I
No,
think
but
he
that's what
as
it
long
means.
as
There's
it's
no
fine.
time to
I think
lose.
that Buzz Owl's got into his head.
That's
Or
all
he's
it is.
spinning himself sick.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, if the spin goes on too long, he does have a cooldown period.
Well, yeah, you can't stop it anyway.
Can you not? Oh, so you always do the
You
spin.
could tap and then hold.
Okay.
So basically, you get a death tornado spin with the drawback.
Yeah.
Bitch.
It's not very G-rated of you, Elliot. Does the toy say that?
Yeah.
That's the new multilingual version.
Oh fuck! I died.
No,
That's
no.
Well, you did put a toy in the fire.
Which is funny because there's actually a glitch you can do with it called Zombie Buzz, where as soon as you take lethal damage and during his death animation, if you pause the game and hit reset, it's pretty precise. You'll respawn with 0 health, and you are invulnerable.
Oh, okay.
By means of nothing can touch you.
Yeah.
But that also means you cannot interact with anyone.
Right.
Okay.
That's-
So you hit one coin, you're dead.
No, it means is you cannot talk to NPCs to proceed with missions.
It'll still treat the game. I guess will still treat you like you're dead, which
Yeah.
means you don't have a
hitbox.
an interaction box. I guess you would say.
Yeah. I still think you can collect shit. It's just that you won't be able to interact
How
with
does
anybody.
somebody have a working panel for controls in something like this that nobody can really even reach?
Yeah, like who's here?
Yeah.
Hey, shut up.
And the size scaling is really strange.
Yeah, like, where's the door to this place?
I think
Also,
it's
the
that on the
ceiling
wall
is
over
very,
there.
The ceiling is very small. Like, it's so close.
Who's building these rooms?
Let me see.
Oh, great. The entrance to the final egg bullshit. Like,
Okay, we're good.
I know. I saw the flashing red lights. Like, you sure you're good?
alert, alert. The sharks will be released soon. Because you fucked up the valves again, Buzz.
Way to go, Butt Lightyear.
Yeah, there's a lot of elevator platforming in this one.
It did say the level was elevator high.
I have not watched the 3D Buzz Lightyear movie. The one with
Lightyear.
Oh,
It's just called Lightyear.
yeah,
Is this just
the
called
one,
Lightyear?
the one with
Yeah.
the one with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Right.
I'll watch
Does
that.
does he have a high school bully that calls him Butt Lightyear?
No, that would be. I think that would be kind of great.
I think that would be Zurg.
Yeah.
I think Zurg will be like your fucking dead Lightyear, more than Butt Lightyear.
The movie was fine. I thought it was okay. It just
What
I-
was your problem?
Nothing really wrong with
There
it.
was no
I
light.
just thought it was. I just thought it was kind of blah. It was just sort of there. Buzz Lightyear. It's really fascinating to me because I think that Buzz Lightyear is a franchise sort of character
Yeah.
that if you look at it a certain way, it went backwards. You started with Toy Story, which was about a whole bunch of toys, and it included Buzz Lightyear.
Mm-hmm.
But then Andy was a big Buzz Lightyear fan. Oh,
Yeah.
so he was a
forgot
big fan of Buzz Lightyear, who would have probably been the cartoon. So then you eventually got a little bit more development with Buzz in the other Toy Story movies. Then you got a Buzz Lightyear cartoon.
What happened?
Wait,
I ground pounded as the elevator goes down.
actually-
Oh, no.
Like, so
It's
I
okay. It's
stopped-
okay. It's
Okay,
okay.
We're saying
Oh.
something realistically that happens when you drop your Buzz Lightyear down a fucking
Yeah,
elevator.
exactly. So
continue on.
then you
Oh,
have
you're
the Buzz Lightyear cartoon, which is that's what kids would latch onto. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, look at all the
No, they
fun
have
stuff
one
here.
now.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what
you've
he's
got
talking
the
about. That's what he's
you've got the cartoon, you've got Buzz Lightyear and Star Command, like you've got a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And then you end up with this sort of Lightyear movie, which is not made for adults or anything, but it's definitely a bit more serious in tone than what a normal Buzz Lightyear property is that we're used to.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it went backwards. It feels like they should have had this movie about Buzz Lightyear, and he's an astronaut, and you have all of this crazy stuff that happens.
Space Ranger.
And then
Space
they
Ranger.
kind of, well, no, but then you sort of like, oh, we're gonna kid it up a little bit. We're gonna make him the Space Ranger. And then you have the kids cartoon, and then you have the toys, and then you have a movie where he plays with a bunch of toys. It feels like that's the natural progression, but it went backwards. We started with the movie where the kid's playing with the toy, and then we ended up with the more serious property.
To be fair, though, I think it'd be a much easier sell to have to introduce Buzz Lightyear via Toy Story.
Oh, yeah,
than
yeah,
just
yeah.
having a generic Space Ranger movie.
Oh no, yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's
Yeah.
just if you think like I don't know, I view it and I think like, man, if they would have done, if you don't have Buzz Lightyear, if you have Lightyear Space Ranger, and then you say, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, but maybe we can kidify it up a little bit more. Maybe the kids would like it then, and then you make a goofy cartoon, and then you sell a bunch of toys based on the cartoon. It's like,
Was
oh,
the spider shooting at you?
that's normal progression.
He shot me once.
This is Spider-Man from every villain's perspective.
Right?
When the villains win easily.
Okay, there's one more mouse I gotta collect. Oh shit.
I'll destroy you, Spider-Man,
Well, here's
to infinity and beyond.
I want to go back for a second and think about the I guess, for lack of a better description, the toy climate of the mid and early 90s. Because Buzz Lightyear, well, clearly it's also a play on Buzz Aldrin, right? The astronaut.
I believe so.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Was it right there?
Yeah, it is.
And
I just need to
like
actually-
after Toy Story came
Nice.
out, every kid wanted a Buzz Lightyear figure because Buzz Lightyear just looked cool.
Yeah.
Because
He had
remember,
expandable wings, he had a light
Yeah.
bulb laser.
because remember, 2 words: Sputnik.
Yeah, but that's to my point, though. That's leading into my point. were space toys hot shit around that time? Because I always figured if you weren't into Power Rangers or TMNT, I guess, like, were kids really interested in space age toys? Because that always felt like more
Star
of a
Wars,
more
Star
of a,
Trek.
but Star Wars is sci-fi fantasy. I'm talking about just general space age shit that like boomed after like the 60s when we went to the moon.
Well,
that sort of thing.
notice though, Buzz Lightyear is not. He's hardly a standard astronaut.
No.
He is a space character. He's got,
He's also a toy.
Yeah, well, you're basing it off of that's sort of what I was talking about, where it kind of goes backwards. Like the Buzz Lightyear that you know is not the Space Ranger that fights adventures. He's the toy.
Yeah.
It's the beginning thing. So when you were selling kids Buzz Lightyear toys, you weren't really selling them the Space Ranger. You were selling them the guy from Toy Story.
Yeah.
So you weren't really. I mean, but as far as space goes, space is always an interesting. It's always a fun aesthetic to sell in some way. You had Power Rangers. You had multiple Space Rangers.
Yeah.
For Power Rangers, like there's always some space thing that you can sell kids.
Yeah.
I was more into the Power Rangers for the pseudo kaiju battles and stuff, but
For
me-
But you can do that with space
Right.
as a setting.
Yeah, and there was a Power Rangers in space.
Yeah.
to be fair.
but
A
honestly,
couple
for
of
me
them,
personally,
yeah.
space doesn't have that allure.
Yeah, like space itself doesn't really have that kind of allure for me too.
Like,
Which is
I'll-
why-
I'll
which is-
enjoy it in
but
Ratchet
that-
and Clank and
But
that's
that's
it.
why I separated when you were bringing up Star Wars. I separated
Yeah.
that separately because that's really not space is not the point of Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's the characters inside of the planets themselves.
And that's the truth thing here is that space is hardly ever the point. Space is just an easy way to say aliens.
Yes.
It's an easy way to say aliens, and then you can sell a whole bunch of crazy toys with it.
Essentially, yeah.
It's a really easy setup to do that.
Yeah, but like I said, when it comes to space, there's nothing there for me. It's like a terminally ill, terminally ill cancer patient being told to look on the bright side. All right,
Nah,
now what?
I
Just
it just
Jesus
it's
fuck.
it's just
Jesus, what the fuck, bro?
Don't see where that analogy was going.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't.
Yeah,
There's nothing there to look forward
No,
to.
Probably
we
not
get
develop
it.
it.
We get it. Just
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it's like such an extreme. But anyway.
yeah, it's an easy way to change the setting. It's an easy way to, rather than the villains are a bunch of other people, if you have the villains be these kinds of creatures,
This is gorgeous.
doesn't really
Lex.
make sense unless you just say, oh yeah, by the way, they're out in space and they're aliens.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill
I mean,
you.
notice they don't ever deal with space stuff. It's not like they're trying to figure out the vacuum of space
Yeah.
and calculating space travel and stuff.
Hey,
That's great.
we made sound in space. How? There's no air in space.
Yeah,
Shut up.
like no one ever, they don't ever really argue that.
Use your head.
I fucking love that visual gag. So they make it? Did they make it?
Yeah, I hope Rex is okay.
Al's penthouse.
Al's penthouse. He has a fucking penthouse.
But to be fair, he owns Al's Toy Barn. Like,
I don't like Bullseye's model in here.
I don't either. It's the teeth.
So,
It's the
given-
teeth, yeah.
Given the way they portray him as
Yeah.
the nerdy collector guy,
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't just live in the basement of the barn.
no, like, not for nothing. I'm pretty sure Al's pretty loaded. Like, he does have very expensive collector's items that he... Because here's the thing, like, the plot of Toy Story 2 kicks off when Al is visiting a garage sale, like, that Andy's mom is throwing, and
Yeah.
he sees Woody. Woody was... I know, well... I think
it's
he
hard
sees-
to not
it's
make
like
the
he
joke.
says, I
but-
said he sees Woody, not gets Woody.
yeah.
No, but he sees a Woody. It's still just as applicable.
No, he sees Woody and he gets a Woody.
Yeah.
There you
Uh,
go. Perfect.
Because Woody, as it's revealed in Toy Story 2, is actually from an old Western cartoon called Woody's Roundup. And there were 4 prominent characters. There was Woody, there was Jesse, there was the Prospector, and then there was
The dove.
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Thank you. The name
the
of the horse.
Damn it!
And Al, knowing that Woody is from this old-time Western cartoon, and it all looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Like, the collector side of him is like, I need to have this. But originally, Woody, Andy's mom wouldn't sell it to him because Woody wasn't supposed to be in the shop in the first place. And then Al steals Woody and then takes him for himself and then gets him cleaned up and properly, refurbished because the plan was to sell them to, I think it was a Japanese...
It was a
collector's
Japanese toy museum,
The toy
yeah.
museum. And clearly Al has done stuff like that before, and he's made a living off of it because he owns a toy store. his penthouse is literally right across the street
Yeah.
from his business, so he doesn't have to travel.
He has to drive all the way to work on a Saturday.
all the way to work.
All the way down there.
You know, for not. Oh, but you're fucking up his bathroom big time though. Like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
I know.
Like, this is
Yeah?
like,
Fuck
the
him.
bathroom's ruined.
Yeah, but
fuck
you're
them.
also saying screw you to the people that live downstairs. They didn't do
It's like,
anything.
yeah, it's
And
like-
not for nothing, he did
We-
fix your Woody.
and I'm supposed to think that Sid is the villain?
You want to talk about like one of you know like you have those like compilation clips of like visually satisfying like images like that just
Oh,
please
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at it.
I've had the opposite.
The sequence of Woody getting cleaned up in
Oh,
Toy Story
yeah.
2 just visually satisfies me because of the love and care that the
Yeah.
dude puts into restoring Woody, which is also the same dude that played chess with himself in
Yes.
that Pixar short.
That's the same guy.
You know, so like
okay.
when he's not faking heart attacks to get the jump on his second half, you know, he's cleaning toys for a living.
I believe that was the first Pixar short I've ever watched.
The dude playing chess.
The
with
chess
himself?
guy?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was called Oscar's Game, I think.
Something
don't
else. I don't remember the actual name of the short.
I'm pretty sure the first one I saw was the one with the snowman in the snow globe.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That's early. That might be one of the first
Was
ones.
that attached to Toy Story?
I don't remember if they showed it in the theater at the beginning of Toy
Like if you
Story.
showed it to me, I would probably remember.
Yeah, it's like the I think it's the snowman in a snow globe, and then he sees like one of the other snow globe characters, and he's trying
Yeah.
to like hit on her and
Trying
stuff.
to get a Woody.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones. I have one of those Blu-ray collections that was it was like the first collection that they ever did that was all of the ones
It
up
was
to
all the
that
shorts,
point.
right?
It was all the shorts up to that point.
Well,
I like how the goal of this level seems to be ruin this man's life.
well, to be fair, I was a jerk.
Not this bad.
But I guess going into another point of subject to just discuss, we're talking about a love of watching Pixar movies growing up. Do we really keep in touch with Pixar movies today?
I keep on touching it
The,
on
the,
and off.
the, the
Up
last,
was
the last one I watched was Inside Out.
For me, it was Up. I mean, no, I
Up?
watched Inside.
Yeah.
Wait, was Inside Out after Up?
That was way after Up.
Okay, yeah, then I
Yeah.
did watch Inside Out.
Yeah.
For me, it was Coco.
Oh, Coco.
Coco was so good.
Was that Pixar?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
That,
okay.
That's I'll get into that in a second, but
Yeah.
that's kind of my problem.
Okay.
Oh,
So
boy.
Coco. So I watched Coco before Inside Out. Coco fucking destroyed me, dude.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yes, it did.
Apparently, it was super sad or something.
Like it was. I mean, it's super heartwarming.
Yeah.
I think it's a way of putting it. And like
So sweet, it gave me diabetes. The instantly fatal kind.
But what I think I know what you want to discuss, but go ahead. Like what do you
just
wanna talk about?
when you had the separation of Pixar and Disney,
Right.
That's where I kind of lost track. And so when people
shit.
say like, "What's your favorite, recent Pixar movies?" Like, I actually
Yeah.
don't know which ones are Pixar and
the
which ones
problem
are
with- so
Disney.
the issue with that specifically is that for the longest time it was really easy to discern what was a Pixar
Well, the
movie.
roundup stage.
They were
What
all
was it-
Pixar.
my point is, it was easier back in the day to discern what was a Pixar movie and what was a Disney animated movie because Disney animated movies were mainly 2D.
Yeah.
But after the big 3D boom of the mid to late 90s, and after DreamWorks started getting in their hands on it with Shrek and all that sort of shit, Disney shifted their animation films from 2D to 3D. So now you had Disney Studios making 3D movies,
Yeah.
on top of Pixar also contributing to the 3D scene.
Yeah.
But the Disney 3D movies specifically, I don't think have as good as a track record as Pixar. But what the problem is that when it takes off, it takes fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
know,
the
and-
hard thing was that Disney movies were made like Disney movies, and Pixar movies were kind of made for everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
So
no, I
you
would say
got a
they-
lot
they-
of heart.
They both were. They both were. I would say.
To an extent, I don't know. I feel like something like Up was because Up was Pixar.
Yeah.
The first 7 minutes of Up,
Killed
I
me.
don't think is something that Disney's gonna try and do. I think that
You
it was
say
a
that,
bit
but
intense.
But it's not as a 2D anime. Disney animations weren't intense already beforehand.
to an extent,
Come on,
I
like
don't
the
know.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, Bambi, fucking.
Yeah, when
like,
you go back
know,
that far, Bambi.
Yeah.
Hunchback, I don't know.
Hunchback's pretty fucking dark, dude.
It's
Yeah.
dark. No, it's dark, but it's not. I don't know. I didn't find Hunchback gut wrenching. It was dark, but I didn't find it gut wrenching.
You didn't feel nothing when the hunchback got bullied again by the town square after spending so long in isolation and coming out just to get humiliated again?
Did I feel anything when Simba got bullied and picked on, and the hyenas made fun of him? Like, of course I did, but not to
So
the
you think-
extent
you-
of the
you-
beginning
so
of
you-
Up.
So your argument is that you think Pixar was able to better have an emotional vibe than
Yeah,
regular
I
Disney
think
does.
I think Pixar was able to connect in a way that
Yeah.
that everybody would get, and Disney,
Yeah.
I for the most part, I think that they happened onto a connection every once in a while. I
Yeah.
think that every once in a while they did something, and people would say, "Oh yeah, I can really attach myself."
Because
with
I
that."
agree, and I'm,
like,
I'm speaking as someone who doesn't really watch a whole bunch of Disney-related stuff nowadays. Well, I should,
Yeah,
more
and it's
accurately-
different because now the vibe is a bit
more
different.
accurately theatrical releases, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I am still watching Disney stuff, but it's more like their animated television series.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like Nora and I are finally catching up and watching all of Gravity Falls, which is a great
Okay.
watch, by the way. And
Phenomenal.
We also watched all of the Owl House last
Owl
year.
House was
and
I
Owl-
didn't catch. I'm
Oh
going to start that soon
You
enough.
need to watch Owl House.
oh my
Owl
god,
House
it's so good.
If they sold the classics on
It's
Disney Plus, I might get it just
so
because I
good.
want to catch up with Weekenders again.
And
That
you
was such a
gotta
fun show.
watch DuckTales, man.
I've heard-
DuckTales 2017 was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
so
I've heard nothing but good things. For
You ever watch Recess?
so
No.
good.
No.
Oh,
Recess-
Recess is so slice of
Yeah,
life
it's
adorable.
Recess was a
it's
classic.
so weird for me because, like, when we're talking about on the subject of growing up with cartoons and all that stuff, I always like, yeah, I was a Nickelodeon kid and I was a Cartoon Network kid. But like,
That was because back then Disney
was-
went premium for a bit.
but so was Cartoon Network, though. To be fair,
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
Cartoon
being
Network
on cable
was cable.
Yeah, being on
No, but
cable
there was also
was
premium cable. Like HBO, when you know how you got to pay extra for HBO.
Well, yeah, but
subscription?
here's the thing, though, Matt. We had a hot box.
Oh, shit, pardon.
Like who said that?
we had
Who said-
access.
I didn't say that. You want to know who said that? Matthew.
Yeah.
No, okay. But no, even having access to all of those premium channels and all that sort of thing, I was never compelled to watch the Disney Channel. Like, to me, it was enough for me to have Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
Disney Channel had the reputation of being for little kids. It had, not to mention, a lot of the time back then, Disney Channel's reputation was live action stuff. You had the Wizards of Waverly Place and whatnot, and that was, you know, you weren't switching over to the Disney Channel for
No, they
what
have
felt like
more than-
relevant
I don't-
cartoons.
I don't even think it's that specifically because you remember even before there was a dedicated Disney Channel, there was still plenty of Disney programming back in the day too. You had the Aladdin animated series, you had Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, you
Tarzan.
But
had-
they weren't on a Disney Channel.
no,
they were
but they
on-
were Disney animated cartoons.
Yeah,
which
but
is
they
my
were Disney
point,
animated
which is my
cartoons.
point.
But then when the Disney Channel started,
Yeah.
their focus didn't seem to be those cartoons. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to turn on the Disney Channel and watch
Everything was like
Tailspin
everything
all
was
day.
kind of like Mickey Mouse centered.
It was Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
centered. It was a bit more juvenile, or it was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and it was. I think that was one of them.
Those
But-
live action stuff.
Yeah, it was the live action stuff. So it wasn't really focused on, hey, I'm gonna watch Rescue Rangers. I'm gonna watch. You know, they weren't doing DuckTales movies on the Disney Channel.
Yeah,
It-
because
it-
like now that I'm thinking about it, like cartoons from like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network were definitely more tweener centric.
yeah.
In terms of like getting that like that the 9 to like 13 demographic.
Yeah, and then you had like Ren and Stimpy, which was supposed to be a little. It was supposed to
Ren and
skew a little
Stimpy-
older.
Ren and Stimpy was made for adults.
Yeah, that was supposed to skew a little bit older.
But yeah, I guess like the conception for me back in the day was like Disney was for kids, which is
Yeah.
was so fucking weird because it's like no, Disney's for all ages.
Yeah,
And that's
Recess
why-
still holds up.
But
Yeah,
like,
so a
people,
lot of
people
that
talk
stuff-
about Recess is often the one that's often mentioned to me, and I never watch Recess.
It's slice of life.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was ABC.
But
and
you see,
and that's
like,
the thing is
if
that
if I
wasn't.
wanted my slice of life fix, I watch Hey Arnold.
So did I, but I
Yeah.
didn't, yeah,
That's-
but I
that
didn't
was for
realize
me.
that I could do both.
No, technically, I guess it was Hey Arnold and Doug.
Doug was
Doug was very
Doug got
slice
a
of
bit
life.
more slice of life.
Doug was very slice.
Doug
of life.
was
yeah.
very slice
I
of
could-
life.
I could
and it had the tragedy in retrospect of everybody else being more interesting than Doug.
like I was gonna say, I could give a single monicum of a fuck about Doug.
Here's the thing, though, Elliot. I would argue that's because you grew up with Disney's Doug.
yeah.
Yeah.
and When
Like,
when I think of Doug, I think of Nickelodeon Doug.
No, but like the thing is, like the only thing of Doug I thought was like okay
Yeah.
was the movie, and
Which
that
was based off
which-
Disney stuff.
which
which is
is
based off
Disney's
Disney.
Doug.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't go back to Disney's Doug or
Right.
Nickelodeon's
That's what we're saying,
Doug.
though, is
Yeah.
that you don't care about Doug because the only Doug you knew was the Disney version.
But even
the
and it's- and
Nickelodeon
it's- and
version
it's-
was better.
Yeah, I would argue that the Nickelodeon version is the much better too. At the same time, I understand Doug is kind of a slow burn.
Yeah.
Because it is a cartoon, but it's not a very whimsical cartoon. It is more of like this is Doug and his imagination getting into teenage shit.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that sort of thing.
it actually works out perfectly because those three cartoons debuted on the same weekend.
Oh, you guys.
It was Rugrats, it was Doug, and it was Ren and Stimpy. And
Yeah.
you had Rugrats, which was obviously very small children. Doug was teens. Ren and Stimpy was adults.
Yeah.
I wish I could have liked Ren and Stimpy. I
Joe
don't.
Cusack, what's wrong with your face?
Oh my god. That looks like fucking that animatronic from Sister. What was the name?
Sister Location?
Kinda, yeah.
Fucking circus baby. Oh, god damn.
At least our face is more symmetrical than Buzz's.
No, Buzz has the same fucking look that Chris Redfield has in the box art of Resident Evil 1.
Too bad you didn't have your voice acting to go with
one
it.
half is concerned, the other is I shit my pants.
I actually had your voice acting for that though.
Did we ever find the? Did they ever find the actors that did the live action cutscenes?
Yes,
for Resident Evil?
actually.
They have.
Have they ever gotten? Like, you know how every once in a while something old will
like
come
where
back
are they
and,
now sort of thing?
and everybody will think it's popular again like 15, 20 years later. Did they ever go through their phase
Yes.
of
Yeah.
like they
In
got
fact, they
all
were on
of the
YouTube
they were at
recently.
all the conventions
Yeah.
and I don't know. I felt like I never experienced that
yeah,
moment.
they're on YouTube.
Are they? I
Yeah.
never. Yeah, I didn't. What are the? You have to put their names up. Somebody put their names in the chat in the description.
Stop calling
Not in the
chat.
I was gonna
comments.
say
Stop
comment.
calling comments chat.
I was gonna say comment in the comment section.
Is this real chat?
Yeah, is this real chat?
How we feel about this chat?
How are you feeling about this?
Yeah, they're even doing it too.
Chat.
Residents. The web.
Residents of Evil, right?
Yeah, I follow them too.
Residents of you. That's so awesome.
That's literally what it's called.
That's so awesome. God knows I sold a bunch of that game.
I love.
Y'all got that
I
Residents
love
of Evil
the-
game?
I love the toys. This is always my favorite visual gag.
Yeah.
Watch out, he's coming.
See, so this kind of goes back to what I was saying. You would have a movie, you would have a sci-fi movie where the Space Ranger battled the evil Zurg, and then the toy would shoot little foam balls.
Yeah.
Here, you got the toy version that shoots foam balls, and then later you got a cartoon where he shot lasers.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it's backwards.
So here's the
I
thing.
like that they don't go very far.
The cartoon that it was inspired by a
Whoa.
toy that was inspired by an in-universe cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
You're
they don't
batting
go
the balls
far.
back out
That's
where
my
he's
favorite
spotting-
part.
Yes, it's literally like evil
shit's
King,
kinda
evil,
dropped.
evil King Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time.
So here's the thing. He's immune to lasers.
Yeah.
So we have
Even
to,
though
we
you
have-
blinded him earlier.
Which is weird, yeah, because the FMV gives you the completely wrong idea.
You're mocking me.
Yes.
Random. Thank you, random audio clip.
God, can you imagine a Spider-Man game with this level of random quippiness? I would have been fucking annoyed
Isn't
fast.
that just regular Spider-Man? though, to be
Yeah,
fair?
that's just Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man or a Deadpool game.
Oh, yeah.
Which we did. We have done Deadpool.
We did that years ago.
Yeah.
That was,
Was I there for that?
No.
no, it was
No,
a long time
okay.
ago. This was 2016, I want to say.
Thanks for dating us into the dirt.
Dude, fucking
Hey.
the old Metal Gear Solid Let's Play found on my recommendations feed a couple of days ago.
Not today, Zerg.
Yeah, it always happens. I get some 9-year-old videos. It's always kind of rough to look at.
Oh no, the Metal Gear Solid playthrough H great.
No, the Sons of Liberty playthrough, which is not as old, but that was still several years ago because that was back on the first apartment,
To infinity.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
And not even like it's the C4 shenanigans, depopulating the seagulls.
My personal favorite was missing the guard point blank with a gun because he nodded his head back 1 inch to sleep.
That's right. Yeah.
I was mad as shit.
But it was funny as fuck. Yeah, to me, like the seagull annihilation was right there in my head.
Oh,
Because my man really didn't mean to kill those seagulls, but they kept getting in the way.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that video.
You navigate.
I was mad as shit. Bang.
Slinky was voiced by Jim Varney, if I recall.
From the outside.
Was that? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Jim Varney.
It was Ernest.
That was Jim Varney.
We
Who?
can catch him. Maximum.
Ernest.
Oh.
He was Ernest P. Worrell. He was
Yeah.
in the one of my favorite movies, which is the Beverly Hillbillies movie.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Oh my God, I love that movie. Yo, wait, what is?
Yeah,
what
it
was-
just said yo.
What was the rest of that truck supposed to say?
I wonder.
Must have been a Ford.
Yo, Ford.
All right, so we're gonna call it apart here and come back next time. We're gonna
Beat
go-
the
we're-
game,
we're
right?
We're getting close to the end.
Yeah,
of the
we're
game,
almost
yeah.
near the end of the game
there's
already.
only
so.
two more stages and then the
Yeah.
boss, right?
I say we finish it again.
Yeah, it's not too long of a game.
We're gonna
so-
take a pizza break first.
Yeah. So
See you at Pizza Planet.
come back next time and we'll pretty much finish the game.
Next stop, Pizza Planet. Yeah.
Yeah, red cups.
Andy.